Boys, we're back. We're back, baby, with yet another fantastical journey, one we like to call the Red Zone Warriors, the RZW, if you will, Smackdown. This time, it's of course the playoff edition. You know, G, I guess we should start this week by congratulating ourselves here, along with 4 other schmucks who just happened to luck their way into the playoffs.
Ah, yes. Well, good job there, Jimmer, Bradius, Deldre, and Scott, a.k.a. the Hamburglar. To the rest of you, better luck next year. Not really. I hope I crush all of you. Now, Rob, I feel compelled to mention that Raj has officially won the Chump Cup. Yes, he's won the Chump Cup with a 3-10 record, which is worse than his 4-9 record of last year. He has therefore maintained his status as the champion of the league. Good job. Way to improve on last year. So moving on, let's get into some of what happened last week. Rob?
Yes, well, Jim, you finally did it. After a whopping 6 attempts, you finally got one over on the champ. Now, I'd say you stopped the bleeding, but now with your all-time record being at 1-6 against me, I'd say you put a tourniquet on a gaping wound at best that is still indeed bleeding. Bleeding the colors of the People's Champion, which just so happens to be orange and blue. Orange, blue, blue, orange. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a little backwards there, but hey, we expect that. So
it's like looking in the mirror. It's very confusing.
Yes, it is. All right. Well, Clark Griswold, you gave it your best shot. And even with your 2 wide receivers, your studs dropping 63 points between the 2 of them, and my Matty Forte only getting 11.8 points against the vicious Detroit defense, you still managed to lose. Hope you enjoyed your European vacation, bud.
And all that newlywed sex you're still having.
Yeah, there's that.
Dave, that's going to last for at least another 30 days, so you got that going for you.
That's nice.
And the Hamburglar lost to the champion, the 2-time consecutive champion.
That's because he's in the Nomad division, and the Nomad division rules the Vagina division.
Really does. Thus confirming rumors that were going around the Twitterverse that Scott was indeed stuck. I say again, stuck, physically stuck in a booth at the, insert any shitty, cheap Vegas buffet here, and therefore could not set his proper lineup. Jay, I don't know if it was that or the fact that his fat fingers were so greasy, the screen wasn't reacting. I don't know what it was.
It's got to be something, man, because, wow, to lose to the champion, to be one of his 2 wins on the season, ouch. Robble. All right, well, Eric's team got another meaningless win this week against Ryan's Year Is Over. Of course, when Hopkins drops 48.8 points and Kendall Wright puts up 26.6, the best he's done all year, you have a shot at winning. But the real reason we can attribute this loss to would have to be the fact that Jimmy Graham put up a big, fat 0. What the fuck?
Yeah, Jay, that put the proverbial stamp on Ryan's year is absolutely over at this point. Absolutely over. Well, last but certainly not least was Brad's AJ Unchained shellacking of Deldre and his pink dynamite to the tune of 181.3 to 143.2. Andrew Luck and the Rams D led Bradius in this rout of the former under 500 champion that helped cement his place into the playoffs, securing the 6th and final spot via points. Nice job out of you, Bradius. And don't worry, Deldre, you'll get your chance at revenge this week when you actually face Brad in the first round of the playoffs, again in back-to-back weeks. But don't get too excited, bud. He's projected to beat your ass yet again.
Yet again, man. He's going to beat your ass again? Oh, too bad. All right, let's move on to the last matchup of the week, actually, because everybody else is not playing because they're either on bye or they suck. So, that's why, many people are actually calling this the championship game. Yes, that's right. Because everybody knows that the winner of this game, which will be yours truly, is going on to reclaim his rightful place atop the Red Zone Warriors Fantasy Football League. Yes, that's right. The two guys with the best chance of dropping the current Couch Cup holder are playing each other for the chance to dethrone Romo. And all I have to say is, Jim, prepare your anus.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. Now, Scotty and I, of course, are on bye week this week. Well, because we're the best. We're the best in each division, because clearly Scott's like fourth best of the league, obviously. We didn't have to really say that out loud. I just wanted to state that for the record. As for the rest of you, sorry sacks of shit snacks, keep sucking. We out.
Football fantasy, fantasy, football fantasy. Like an end zone that ends in a waterfall. A shower that showers you in tiny footballs. It's a football fantasy like no other. Like having a best friend that's your quarterback brother. Fantasy, football fantasy, football fantasy. If you like football and you like fantasy.